What's good, YouTube? And welcome to new support making prices go right on the market because Malice dropped a Dark Cyberse archetype for the next deck building set, and people are losing their minds because it seems pretty good, but it also does what Cyberse does well, extending in a different way. They like to come from the banish pile back onto the field. Drastic Draw immediately was bought out with this. Banish all monsters you control, minimum 2 to draw 3 cards. You cannot normal summon or special summon the turn you activate this card except Cyberse monsters. You can only activate one of these cards per turn. So with the Malice stuff, it does not Cyberse lock you, which is very different. So this would limit your extra deck options because it does say the turn you activate this card, so it is something that would kind of push you into the Cyberse box, and we still don't know how the OCG is actually going to lab the deck because Cyberse pile already does infinite extenders well, whereas this deck does something a little different. So you are in the Therio part of buyouts, but immediately people saw Cyberse likes to be banished and they did go for this card, and I don't disagree that it's a huge power option for advantage in a Cyberse deck while getting things to be able to recur on the field. Signet Mining secret rares got bought out. I'd like to remind you also that Dual Overload was a short print. It is getting bought out for the Ultra and going up in price pretty quickly. It's towards 4 from a market price of $250, and we do have a recent common, thankfully, out of OTS 24. I'd also like to remind you that we are neck deep in reprint season because this card's actually out of Maze, and both Maze sets have cards now confirmed within the Megatons, so we could see certain cards maybe weren't on Konami's radar, but Konami also seems to be getting ahead on some of these already and doing a better job with their reprint cycles, odd enough to say. Allure of Darkness secret rare had more copies go. This was already going up. The ultimate rare has a few sales, and the Speed Duel Tournament Pack 3 Ultra definitely saw some sales as well. People looking and going, Dark Cyberse likes to be banished, and getting some extra draw power that doesn't lock them into the extra deck of only being Cyberse. Signet Backdoor is seeing a lot of sales but still has hundreds of copies of each right now. Both of them are super rare. One out of Mystic Fighters is a reprint, one out of the structure deck. It reads target a Cyberse monster you control, banish it, and if you do, add a Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand whose attack is lower than that monster's original attack. During your next standby phase, return that monster banished by this effect to the field, and it can attack directly, although you're likely auto recurring whatever you banished with this quick play card. And it is kind of cool. It gives you extra plays since it's a quick play, but people are buying these quantities relatively fast for both versions. You can see that the entire page, there's 2 clicks, it's 2 clicks down of the reprint version even. Splash Mage came up in the Discord. This is a penny stock that I've talked about for a long time, since you're not like locked into darks and you will want to link up through 2 to 3 to other things within the deck. Definitely people are pointing out the recursion and enabler Cyberse ones in case you do get Cyberse locked as well, depending on what you're playing. It's not like it's immediately jumping in price or anything, but it is getting a good amount of sales for the Holo as well versus previous. People also brought up Code Talker Inverted, the worst quarter century secret rare out of Rarity 1, and I don't disagree. If this card's link summoned, you can special summon a Cyberse monster from your hand to the zone this points to. You can only use this effect once per turn, but it does have to be in the main monster zone, so it's a later part of the turn, but still, I don't disagree that for $1, you probably should be picking up this quarter century rare using my TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, the sellout. But also, EMP Meow Mine came up in our talks. It's dark, so it goes along with Allure. It is Cyberse, and the quarter century secret rare is relatively cheap. We are seeing some Phantom Nightmare cards already announced in reprint season between Bonanza and other sets, so do be aware aware that they're up for reprint. If a link monster on the field or in either graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand, is on the field or either graveyard. So this is relatively easy to summon in any Cyberse/Link deck. You can only special summon EMP Meowmine once per turn this way. If a Link 2 monster you control is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can banish this card from your graveyard if it was there when the monster was sent, or hand even if not, then target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. So it's not only an extender, but it's also clearance. People lost their minds when this was printed. I thought it would have its day, and its day might be in this deck, but that is player brain thoughts. Just be aware, this is way down and not being looked at as much right now. Also, for techs that are being looked at against the deck already, Artifact Lancia Quarter Century Secret Rares are bumping up in price. They've been doing nothing but coming down. Now they're up just a couple of dollars from where they were, and you can see the sales rate is pretty thick today versus previous sales being like one every other day. All of a sudden, a whole lot of them are selling as people are trying to prevent the deck with lingering floodgates. Dragon Master Magia, or Magia if you are a Konami commentator. This card that has been bought out once again to the point of 700. We've highlighted how a couple deep pockets can make that happen easily, but it's still a lot of money to be moving. Basically, people are placing their bets that this won't be reprinted in time for the structure deck or in a timely manner around the structure deck most likely, and they're hoping hype and FOMO boils over for it. My original call was that it would be reprinted somewhere around the 30th promotion, but with them doing a playmat for Comic-Con as well as it having been a cover card and now there's the structure deck on the horizon, I feel like Konami should have a plan for this, but maybe they're gonna keep it. We don't know what Konami's going to do, and that's part of calling the market. And a lot of people are placing their bets right now that it's not going to be reprinted in that time or fashion. With the structure deck, I would think that they would move up the reprint cycle, but they may never even reprint it. We just don't know. Infinite Forbidden has a ton of different shifts going. It's kind of funny where you see a Stellar here versus LZ in this order, yet now LZ is the one passing and going towards $30. So the regular versions have kind of switched, and I could see the Quarter Century Secret Rares maybe doing that as well over time. We also have another White Forest buyout in Diabell. Its Quarter Century Secret Rare has gone way up in price, and so has Dominus Purge. I was asking if this had results in my Discord that was saying it's more probably player brain and how it's generically good, but only for some decks. It reads, if your opponent controls a card, you can activate this card from your hand. When a card or effect is activated that includes the effect that adds card or cards from the deck to the hand, negate that effect. Then if you have a trap in your graveyard, destroy that card. If you activate this card from your hand, you cannot activate the effects of dark, water, and fire monsters the rest of the duel. So it is a hand trap with the potential for destruction and negation. The Secret Rare version is also actually rising in price, so it's not just the Quarter Century Secret Rare that people are moving on. If you think this is going to work with a specific deck, let me know in the comment section down below, but it is interesting to see it. You know, it was dipping, and here it goes back up, and now towards being a $10 card very quickly with one listing at $9. Vampire Hunter Secret Rare is up, and I was asking, like, is this actually good in Speed Duel? And I went to the Speed Duel Discord, and they said, yeah, it actually performed at the WCQ. So be aware, there are still some kicking cards for Speed Duel format, even though it was announced to end, and this is now a $3 Secret Rare, and I didn't know that the Super Rare was a little bit of money. I would have thought this is more of a bulk card. I know people do like the vampires, the Castlevania comparison. This is a $1 unlimited super rare, so if you're ever going through bulk, worth picking out. Kaiku has been bought out. I first noticed also for the Speed Duel. I asked them and they're like, it's not for us. It turns out it's doing pretty darn well in Edison as well. The Secret Rare for Speed Duel, like I said, completely gone. The first edition original is something ridiculous. Like, yeah, there's a light play here at 69 and no near mint. So if you got OG Kaikus, now might be a good time to list them, or it could be the beginning of his reign in Edison Edison, and the secret rare from Legendary Collection, I believe, is around $16. This is one that I told you all with penny stonks that I like specifically for Chaos format, but I didn't think Chaos format would take off anytime, and it was something I still liked getting in secret rare here for, what was it, like $1? So to see it go this crazy is pretty darn wild. I think I only picked up like 6 of them or something when I did my speed duel pickups and told you all, yeah, I like these cards while they're cheap. Then we have Tri-Edge Master going up along with Ib the World Chalice Justicar. I'm hearing this is probably more for White Force. The quarter century secret rare is going the secret out of Battles of Legend, not really moving all that crazily, but the sales rates are consistent daily, so be aware of that. But around the $1 for the easy access version, the highest rarity version, has had multiple buyouts in the past, some overhyped, some not. And then we also have Ib, I think would just be kind of generically good. I don't know if there's a specific reason it's suddenly taking off like this. Let me know in the comment section down below if it meshes with something that you're currently using or for a future deck. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the conversations. I try to bring as many reasons to cards as I can, but sometimes I don't have all the answers, and that's what the comment section is for.